Have you ever scrolled your camera roll and realized that you're actually looking at blessings? I'm talking about that phone camera roll. This week, listen, on Tips for Tuesday, we're using what you already have in your phone, your photos. I love to talk about that. As a reminder to pause and be grateful because sometimes it's the little things that we've captured in that phone that are our biggest blessings. Tips for Tuesday starts right now. Five, four, three, two, one. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy Tuesday, everybody. It is your girl, Elisha, coming to you for another Tuesday Night Live Tips for Tuesday. And we are back again. We are in the month of November. And remember, this is a November to remember because we are discussing gratitude. Gratitude. So this week's tip for Tuesday is talking about using your camera roll as a gratitude reminder. And that was kind of one of our tips last week. And just wanted to kind of give a few more tips as we dig into that camera roll. I know a few weeks ago we talked about that camera roll being a gold mine. Well, the camera roll is actually a gratitude reminder. Okay. So, what we're going to do is just give you a few tips on how you can use that camera roll as a reminder of being grateful and thankful for what appears in there. Okay. I know for me, I love that camera roll actually, and I actually have a lot of images and stuff in that camera roll. Okay. So let's get on with the show. This is gonna be a quick and easy and simple one. Okay. So, tip number one is scrolling with intention. Scrolling with intention. So, instead of just scrolling, pause on the photos that make you smile. How often do you do that? How often do you scroll on your phone, as far as in the photos? Ask yourself, when you find one of those photos that make you smile, ask yourself, what were you feeling there? What were you feeling? What made that moment so special? What made that moment so special? So you can be just scrolling. I know for me, the camera roll is a doc. It's documenting my time as well too. I can remember what I did based on something I probably image I took, at that time. So that helps a lot. But you can go through there and you could just reminisce on some of your experiences and memories. So you can scroll through there and then find a photo that makes you smile and then think about the feeling that you had there. What made that such a great moment? So that's number one, scrolling with intention. Tip number two, you ever thought about this? Creating a gratitude album. You know, those photos that make you smile and make you feel good and everything like that? Have you ever decided to make an album inside that phone of gratitude? So all those photos that you're just so very thankful for. This is that time to do it. There are those moments that just make you really feel great. So each week, you could just take about 3 to 5 photos and, capture people, whether it's people, give be places, or just little joys that made your heart full, and put them in a album called a gratitude album, a gratitude photo album. Okay, so that's tip number two. All right, tip number three. Repurpose those memories into motivation. Repurposing those memories into motivation. Use those past photos as content. This is a great tip. All using those past photos as content. You can use it as a journal prompt if you're journaling or reminders of how far you've come. And then you know what? You can use that photo if you're posting on social media or anything like that. You can share the story behind that photo. Someone might just be needing that encouragement today. You know, your camera roll is a gold mine for sure. For sure. I know recently, I've been working on some different projects and different things. So I've had to go back through my archive on a lot of photos and just things I've done and stuff like that. And I mean, my heart is so full. It is so full because in the moment that you're capturing these images, it's whatever's going on in your life at that moment. So it is, but as time has went on and that time has passed, I was just kind of looking through these folders of images and images, and it kind of like a lot of times I don't like going back through the archives a lot of times because it turns into a rabbit hole and it turns into 2 and 3 hours, and it just gets long, okay? And like the photos become your story because they are your story. And with every piece of your photos and that memory, you're just able to tell a story regarding that. Just a quick story before we kind of wrap this show on up. Last night when I was going through my archives and stuff like that, I sent a bunch of photos to myself just so I can share them with friends and family this morning. And one of the photos I shared with one of my mentor friends, and I sent them her young daughter was probably about 9 years old or something, and she's now she just turned 16 this year. And I sent her the pictures, and I was just looking, but I remember that moment in my life. I was running a holiday special. It was the holiday times and stuff, and I was running a holiday special. But I remember where I was in that moment in life and different things like that. And so when I sent her those pictures, she just responded. She was so thankful that I had sent those pictures to her, and she was like, "Wow, just priceless." And I was like, "Wow, it is priceless." I said because and for me it was priceless, but I was just thinking at the time that I was doing that, I know I was in uh, a crunch, a part of my life that where I was really kind of, I was struggling and hustling and different things like that. So, but the pictures turned out really beautiful and stuff like that. And many, many moons later, here I am sharing those pictures and stuff like that. And it was such a fabulous moment, and they were such great pictures and great memories. So, again, I don't want to rattle on about all of my stories and stuff like that, but that's what happens. Those images and memories become very stories, and those are the stories that you can pass off to your family, friends, and those who want to listen to those stories. We love a good story. And so, yeah, today's tips for Tuesday is using that camera roll as a gratitude. A gratitude journal or a gratitude album or whatever you want to call it, using your camera roll as a gratitude reminder. That's the topic of the show. And wanted to just kind of breeze by those tips once again for you, okay? Number one, scroll with intention. Instead of just scrolling, pause on those photos that made you smile. Tip number two, create a gratitude album inside of that phone. You can create your own albums. And number three, repurpose memories into motivation. You can use some of those great memories to basically use it as a motivation to post, use as a journal prompt and a reminder of how far you've come. You know, your camera roll is a collection of blessings that you've already received. And this month is just one of those months where you just want to reflect that, well, that's what we're doing on the show. You just want to reflect on how far we've come and just be grateful where we are. And the fact that you even have a camera roll that you can scroll through is a blessing within itself. So listen, I am your girl Elisha. I know this was a short and sweet show, and I'm thankful for you to join us, okay? So listen, y'all stay tuned because if you haven't already, make sure you check out our Snap and Go guide. If you are traveling soon and you want the blueprint of how to hire content creators and photographers from city to city, make sure you grab a copy of our Snap and Go guide. It is a blueprint of showing you how to do that on the low. Also, to grab more pictures, fill up that camera roll. Also, if you're looking to manifest the life of your dreams, make sure you grab a copy of our manifestation manual that is available in our digital store. So make sure you check it out and tell a friend, okay? And start planning the life of your dreams tonight. Tonight, okay? So I am your girl Elisha coming to you for another Tuesday night live tips for Tuesday. And thanks for joining us. As always, there's more to come. So y'all stay tuned. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.